The Lewis and Clark Journals, the abridgment of the definitive Nebraska edition, edited and with an introduction by Gary E. Moulton. Dedication to my grandchildren, Jeremy and Daniel, Natalie and Nicholas, Caitlin and Grace, Jacqueline, Alessandra, and Christian. May all your explorations lead to great discoveries. Preface. Instructed by President Jefferson to keep meticulous records bearing upon the geography, ethnology, and natural history of the trans-Mississippi West, Lewis and Clark filled hundreds of notebook pages with observations during their expedition. Some of the enlisted men, those who were literate, did the same. The result is a national treasure, a complete look at the Great Plains, the Rocky Mountains, and the Pacific Northwest, reported by men who were intelligent and well-prepared, at a time when Easterners knew almost nothing about those regions so newly acquired in the Louisiana Purchase. Getting at the actual words of the explorers, however, is either a formidable task — the party's diarists wrote more than 1,000,000 words — or a disappointment, because existing condensations of the men's writings are outdated and incomplete. A narrative based on the journals was prepared first by Nicholas Biddle and published in 1814. The journals themselves, most of which were deposited in the American Philosophical Society in Philadelphia by Jefferson, lay largely unused and almost forgotten for nearly a century, until an edition of known materials was published in 1904-1905. This first comprehensive edition of the journals, Reuben Gold Thwaites' Original Journals of the Lewis and Clark Expedition 1804-1806, was a superb tool for scholars and laypersons in its time. It had, however, suffered the various kinds of erosion that beset all such works. New manuscripts were discovered, much new information was available with which to annotate the journals, and documentary editing procedures had undergone profound changes. These deficiencies led to the project to publish an entirely new comprehensive edition of the journals. That effort, begun in 1979 and completed in 2001, was published as The Journals of the Lewis and Clark Expedition in 13 volumes by the University of Nebraska Press, under the direction of the editor of this volume. However, that massive undertaking, targeted primarily at scholars and research institutions, does not reach a public who wants a less weighty introduction to the party's diaries. This book seeks to bring these important words to a wider audience in a compact form. An accessible one-volume abridgment based on a reliable
Sample complete. Ready to continue?